Hey, happy early Saturday fucking morning. It's a little after 6:40 here in my northern New York playland. And if y'all been following me for any length of time, or God forbid, if you dared look at my videos, especially from back in early December, then you know I have a very hardcore, not normal faith. Although, what is normal faith in God anyway, right? My faith has come through my education in science and actually primarily being raised Roman Catholic, but not until I became educated in science did I see, and I know this is going to sound harsh, but the empirical evidence for God. I mean, there really is. Just look at emergence theory. There is actually something called the eighth dimension, which is it can be arrived at through mass calculations, which are beyond my brain capacity. It's not that I couldn't understand them if I wanted to. It's just that, to be perfectly honest with you, mathematics bore the shit out of me. I'm not into numbers. My point being is, mathematicians, physicists, have proved that there is up to an eighth dimension that they can arrive at through calculations. So there is a God dimension, and we know this through science, and I kind of sensed it just through the first law of thermodynamics. It kind of implies that something beyond this tenuous, this physical, had to exist. Because if matter and energy have always existed in some form in the same amount within the known universe since time began, then where the fuck did the energy and matter come from in the first place? Ha! Therein lies the rub. Okay? So, if you've been following me, or again, going back to what I was saying, if you fucking dare go back any length of time into my videos, you also know that I'm heavily into kind of the metaphorical similarities between the Matrix movie, almost like it was a fucking roadmap for our existence and our current reality. And my twisted brain has come up with a new fucking concept, a new twist for the Matrix, a new journey down a hypothetical rabbit hole, if you will. Okay, we've all seen the face on Mars. Okay, it's quite easy to imagine that at one time a highly advanced civilization existed on the planet of Mars that apparently was wiped out some way. Okay, let's just assume it did. That it went to shit. Okay? What if? And we know that there have been past civilizations on Earth. We aren't the first. We aren't the first version of this here on this planet. Do some research. Look into, ancient civilizations where they found scraps, but they were advanced civilizations here on Earth. And I suspect in the movie The Matrix, I believe it's in the third Matrix movie, when Neo is talking to the Creator, and there's like a multitude of video screens all around him doing a million different reactions that Neo is having. He's seeing himself doing all these million different reactions, implying that Neo's reality wasn't the only one that had existed. That he wasn't the first permutation. He wasn't the original Neo. Okay? So what if this isn't the original civilization? What if it isn't AI that's battling man? What if it's God battling Lucifer? What if what if our masters are actually God and the devil? How is that so fucking hard to believe? We know this isn't forever. However, when this goes back to its basic elements, the conscious voice that you hear through this fucking machine somehow has got to either evolve into a new form of energy, spiritual energy, conscious energy, or I get plugged back into a new machine, to a new flesh machine. Okay? Think outside the box. Think outside the body. This is all a test. What you do matters. The Matrix fucking has you. And there ain't nothing you can do about it, kinda. And why do I say kinda? Because if you know that certain things are beyond your control, then you can figure out the things that you do control. I got a great example for you. Yesterday, like a complete fucking idiot, I grabbed a pulley chain, a steel pulley chain that was attached to a probably in excess of 1,000-degree steel stack. And it had been in contact with that steel stack for maybe less than a minute. But metal is very conductive. And when I grabbed it, I got this. You see that burn? I never panicked. I ate the pain. Nothing, I knew in my head that nothing I could do other than put some ointment on my hand, which I did. We have, what do they call that? That triple antibiotic ointment or whatever. We have it in the little packets. The little individual ones that are like that big, Anyway, I had showed it to one guy who freaked out. He was a 40-something-year-old dude. co-worker, and he freaked out when he saw it. And he said, dude, you gotta show that. And I'm like, dude, I ain't showing that to nobody. I said, number one, that ain't stopping me from working in. The funny thing is, I'm a big fan of the middle finger, and if you take a look at the at the first segment of my middle finger, it got burned pretty good. This was actually a pretty good burn, and there was pain involved, but I ate it. Pain is nothing. You can disconnect from it when you have to, and you will. The worst thing you can do with this, the worst thing you can do to this is panic. When you panic, your body goes into crisis mode and it becomes defensive, and that's not always a good thing. What you need to do in a case like this, just like when you're confronted with a tough situation, chill the fuck out. Figure out what your best move is and calmly make it, because panic never helped anybody. Panic usually ends up killing you. So now that you realize that this existence is not as real as you think it is, I believe personally that this is just another version of civilization. That there have been many. I mean, come on. The planet's estimated to be billions of years old. And I suspect that there are many more other civilizations out there. We're not alone, not by any definition, but this is definitely not what you think it is. For one, you can never trust this. That ain't gonna help you. You keep looking in the mirror, trying to figure out what happened to your looks, and you're gonna piss and moan away your life instead of living it. If you're young and you're listening to me, turn me off and get the fuck outside. Hey God, help anybody that's listening to this chill the fuck out. Help them take a break. Use me as an example of what not to do in your spare time. Contemplating the things that can't be known. Thank you, God, for one more day. Thank you for another breath. Thank you for another chance. Please protect and guide Donald J. Trump, all the members of Q, the members of our military, our law enforcement, especially Vets for Child Rescue, so that united together with all the good patriots on the planet Earth here and beyond, we can finally defeat the evil that preys upon the children of the universe once and for all. Amen. Have a great one, guys. Later.